Hey guys, Hijinks here, and we're here to review It Chapter 2. I've recorded this a few times, and I feel like this is the one that I feel like is going to be the best in the no spoiler that I can kind of give, just because I find myself, when I start trying to talk about the pluses and minuses, kind of revealing some small detail, because there's a lot of good things, and technically the movie is super sound. However, there's a few things like plot-wise that I felt like pulled the movie back a little bit. Although overall, I do think it was a great movie. I just think there were some small things within the plot itself. But I think I finally found the best way that I can approach this. Um, and around this time, I haven't seen it yet, but Lord Blue Eyes has told me he's going to be releasing his review, so it'll probably be out before mine. And so since it'll be out before mine, I hope you guys check that out. If not, I will actually have his review in the description. And him and I actually kind of agreed on this film here, which is interesting because him and I tend to have not different, but we have similar, but some of the movies that we like and don't like, they're quite different in some ways sometimes. We have a very similar taste, but then there's some films that we're very divided on, and then most films we're in some level of agreements about, but on different ends of the spectrum we agree, which is interesting. I always love hearing his point of view because it's so similar but so different at the same time. So hopefully you guys watch that, and we have very similar views on this. But his is gonna have spoilers in it, so just as a heads up, there will be spoilers in his. That doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it. It just means if you are gonna watch it and you don't want spoilers, watch it after you've seen the film. But without further ado, let me just give you guys, before I hop into the whole video and the whole breakdown, as you guys like to know, I like to save you guys some time. If you want to know if you should watch it or if you shouldn't watch it, I'm going to tell you right now. If you are really into jump scares and you're looking for a horror that you just watch and you can let go when you leave the theater and it doesn't have any like lasting fear effects, this film is great for you. That's not a bad thing to like that. It's one side of horror that's less lasting, but still fun. It's kind of like a roller coaster. You go on, you ride, your adrenaline's pumping, you leave, you're fine. If you are looking for something that is going to sit with you, something that's going to leave some lasting impression on you as an adult, something that's really going to get you scared, you go home, you're checking the closets, this is not the film for you. And I say that because I feel like even though the movie is scary, there are a few things that hold it back. And it could have been a lasting film, but I feel like there are some things that kind of held it back. Um, One of them is something I want to kind of let you guys know is that there is a lot of CGI in this movie. So if you are not a fan of CGI in your horror, I know a lot of people do not like CGI in their horror. I know a lot of people don't. This is not the film for you. There is a lot of CGI in this film. However, if you're okay with CGI, then this could be the film for you. But there's definitely a lot of CGI. I personally I like practical effects more. I'm always impressed by what can be done practically, but I do like having CGI in the film to kind of polish some things. So you do it practically, you use CGI to polish it. I think that's the perfect blend. There's a few movies that do that, and I like that. However, this film does use a lot of CGI, and I feel like it would have definitely benefited from not using as much of it. And that is definitely one thing I can tell you guys without it being a spoiler, that there's a good amount of CGI in this, and I feel like it kind of pulls away from the lasting horror. I feel like in the moment, it's like it gets you that adrenaline going, it gets you kind of pumped up and gets you that nice jump scare, but you look at it and you realize it's all CGI, and that just kind of makes it a little bit less lasting. So that is for sure one thing. Overall, the acting was great. The cinematography was pretty good. I thought everyone did a great job. Technically, this movie is sound. I feel like it did a great job technically, and the cast did a wonderful job at what they were going to do. I don't think anyone in the cast was a letdown. I feel like after watching it, I was super impressed with what everyone had kind of done by the end of it. There was definitely, like, I wouldn't say there was any weak acting in the movie at all. However, what I would say is that where there were some things in writing that I felt like could have been better. While I felt like it was acted out well, I felt like the writing was a little bit. It was good, but there were some parts, and it was kind of like this could have been improved. I don't want to get too far into that because I don't want to drop any spoilers like I did the last time I got into this. But definitely in the writing, I feel like there could have been a little bit of improvement over there. Not that the writing was bad, not to diss the writing, because the writing was still good. I just feel like it could have been better. I felt like there was a lot of expectation going into this, and It 1 was so good. I don't think this is as good as the first one. I think it was still great though. I feel like it was still a strong horror. It was just jump scare horror, and I feel like there was just some small things that kind of pulled away from it. And I'm going to release another review about it with some key points in it. I'm not going to do a full breakdown like I did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And that's mainly because this film is near 3 hours long. And that would be, I could do it, but I would have to do it in parts. Because it would be like a 40-minute video. And I as much as I would have the dedication to do that. I don't want to have you guys having to watch a video for 40 minutes. So I would either have to split it in parts. But if you guys want a full breakdown, let me know. We can do like a series on it. But there were definitely some parts in the movie that I really want to focus on, and I could pick that out very easily. And I feel like that we could have a nice, solid, not too long video on those parts. And there were some good moments in this film. Let's just say this here. There were a lot of great moments. And again, the jump scares were executed very well. There's definitely a lot of pressure, which this series does well. I mean, it's just all, there's a lot of good pressure moments. There's a lot of good pressure in this film as well. They definitely carried that over from the first one, the really good pressure sequences. However, like I said, CGI, it was like obvious CGI. It was like one of those ones you could just tell. Which isn't bad. Sometimes you just know just from the nature of what you're seeing. But like I said, some practical effects with CGI polish kind of looks a little bit better, in my opinion. But there were some good moments. I mean, there were just some really great moments in this entire film. But I think that most people will probably really like it. I don't think that most people won't like it. And from everyone I've talked to, everyone's seemed to like it. They've had their criticisms about it, but they've all liked it, and that's something positive. I haven't really met anyone that hasn't liked it. But does it live up to be the first one? No. It is definitely its own film, but it is still a strong film nonetheless. And I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you don't. But let me know how I can improve if you do dislike. I definitely love to get some criticism so I can improve as a reviewer. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And remember, Lord Blue Eyes' review is going to be in the link down below. I'll see you guys all later, though. Peace.